And we're back with another episode of Let's Play PC Building Simulator. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. And we're going to get this guy a little bit of a boost to see if we can get a bit better performance out of it before we put it on the market. Alright, now this dude was busted pretty bad, but we don't know what else is wrong with it. So we're just going to do the best we can, knowing what we know, which isn't really that much. All we know is that the motherboard on this was bad, but there, like many other issues, there could be many other things wrong with it that we don't know about. Many other things wrong with it, and they are things we don't know about. So, I still swear I'm not saying that correctly. Oh crap, what did I actually take out of here? Let's close that. Storage, power, cooling. Which one was his? That we just bought. It must have been that. Because why would I have a broken one? Those are brand new. So yeah, this is what was in there. So this was broken as well. Darn it. Alright, well, 33TR. 33TR. And because I screwed up, we'll have it sent right away. Kind of screwed that up. That's not a big deal. You, sir, I believe, are done. It didn't explode. And I'm not going to mid-max the crap out of this because that's just a waste of time for a few extra bucks. So it's worth $624. We barely even spent 600. We probably only spent about 200 on it anyway. So yeah. All right, let's get that in there. All right, where were we? Yes. This was broken. Oh, you know what? Ooh. Can I get the memory in there? Yes. Alright, looks like it's all connected again. Beauty panel. Oh god, why? Alright, unplug that because we gotta do this. No, it has two of them, asshole. There we go. Let's make sure everything is set right. And who was the one that was on the top? CMOS. Oh, dear God. Check his hard drives, too. There we go. Much better. You're a monster. I know. Should have taken the picture further back. That's all I have to say. Should have taken it further back. A little bit of... Strangely, all of a sudden I'm getting lag, and I don't know why. I think it's this big old computer. Okay, none of that. Get it, go. Go, go! Alright, I don't remember what we specifically got for this. I believe it was dual cards, but we'll see. Motherboard. We went Intel with this guy. That's right, he wanted liquid cooling. That to that. Memory, just one. Graphics, just a big old card. Okay. Yeah, the dual must be. Oh no. Oh wait, never mind. We're good. We're good. Pulled the wrong slots. It's gonna be like, wait, what? It's the card is too big. Still haven't really installed the storage. The big honker. Get the most. Make sure he's getting the most out of his memory. All right. Looks like we're good. Ugh. There we go. All right. Power down. Oh, gotta get this monstrosity out of here. Wow, I'm getting a lot of oomphy lag here. Not sure why. Just run that. Boop. Power supply. Boom. Motherboard. And we'll put it in the delicious Adater. And I think we're good. Oh, there's no hard drive. Derp. And I can't get to it until I remove these guys. Which makes sense. There we go. $45 remaining. That guy totally made his minimum. All right. We're just waiting for that. Okay. We got those going. Those will do their thing. We bought everything from there. And we've got one more 3D Mark running. And again, we'll keep checking on this one because we could fix this in one day and then turn it in for some nice street cred. All right, so yeah, we're getting there, guys. Woo! Jacktard Prawn PC repair. We build PCs just for your prawn. I'll let that run a wee bit. And one computer had all the parts. All the parts. And we'll collect them. We'll make a save and then turn them all in. And then see if we can accept that new mission. You can get back up to 5 stars. It's just a pain in the ass. But we should hit level 23 by turning in 3 rigs, I believe. 4 rigs? 3. Yeah, because we have the 2 PCs and this guy. And then we got to figure out what's wrong with these 2 fools. Once this is done. Once it be done. Oh, yeah. Power it down. Down, down. Down, down. All right. Savings, your friend. And let's collect. Sweet. Let me get it. Nope. Yep. And we look at that. We just now can accept it. Can you repair my rig? It's a bit of a mystery. Can you figure out what's wrong? I keep getting blue screens with loads of error text. You did done in 7 days. Do you like cable modeling? I saw some plastic light gray ones the other day. I had to worry about used parts. We'll take it because if we screw it up, we're in trouble. Okay, we have that. Okay, so we're good. We have the cables, just plastic light gray. All right. So we've accepted this. So now we're back at 5 stars. It only took freaking forever. Uh-oh. What's missing? It's missing cables. Hell, you say? Oh. Boot it back up. Because now we got to test it again. Because the damn fan wasn't plugged in. Grrr. And I want to get paid for this. Oh, that blows. Well, no, because we want to get more rigs the next day. So we're going to let that run. Oh, God, why? Well, now I feel a lot better that we're back at 5 stars. Let's take a look at what's coming upon the morrow. The Antec P6, that's a case. Power supply, RAM. Another broken PC, but this is an i5 9600K. So whatever power supply in here, we may want to do better. There's also a 980 Ti Gaming. 980 Ti Gaming 6 Golden. So we could dual card that bitch if the motherboard works. If it doesn't, we'll buy a better motherboard so we can do that. What do we got for power supplies? I know we have some 750s. We have an 850. And we have a 1000, so watt. And we have a small 850er. So we could build a pretty nice rig upon the next day here. So I am excited about that, you guys. That would be cool. So just to show you this, I don't know if I showed this to you guys, but we can actually upgrade to some pretty cool stuff if we want to. Asus, you know, sponsored, you know, people. But I figure for the time being, we're not going to bother with that. For the time being, we can change that later. But for the moment, it just makes sense to kind of stick with what we're doing. I figure once we get to like level 25 or something, maybe we'll change up the look of our repair shop. Though there's a charm to this. You know, I think there's a personal charm. All right. Get it the wait a minute. What is... Oh, this is the other one. Never mind. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, he didn't care about feudal fantasy. Okay, okay, okay. There we go. Happy days. So we hit 23. We get a new tower, which I'm not a big fan of the big silence anyway. A new NVIDIA 2070. Woo-hoo-hoo! I think that's a new video card of awesomeness. We'll check that out if we need to. Some more water cooling. And these are the components that we specifically are getting. And I see the 10... Oh, this is a 1070 liquid cool. Here we go. RTX 270 Founders Edition. Nipples getting hot. Ooh, 4400 megahertz RAM. AMD Radeon 7. X299 motherboards. Ooh. Level 20 something is looking pretty sexy. What was the level on this? 25. So by level 25, we should be able to complete this. Okay, everything else is in transit. We're good here. Let's shut her down. Wasted enough time. And you guys are saints for hanging out that long. Well, I dicked around with that. Alright. Let's go to Woik. So we've got our Woik cut out with us. We got a broken rig, which we're going to put right up there and get that looked at. We've got some RAM and another power supply, which the power supply is nominal, but whatever. This can go in storage. Not much we can do with that. And we got to diagnose these guys. So, plippity plop. And plippity ploo. Nasty. Nasty. Let's do PC Bay. That's a working computer. Well, 570 is pretty low performance, but there's two 570s here. You know what? Screw it. We'll take them both. I don't care. And two working rigs for some reason. So, whatever. Okay, so we're done with that. Can open this to take a look, but... Captain's log, supplemental. My plan to invite the Placidian ambassador aboard has ended in disaster while meeting Chief Engineer Dougal. This visitor from the so-called planet of peace became brutally violent. Luckily, I intervened, laying out our esteemed visitor with a right hook. Both the ambassador and Dougal are now in care of Dr. McKelly, who has found evidence of the same. Unusually violent brain activity seen in other members of my crew. Arguments and first fights are now commonplace. Discipline is forgotten. Could it be that the ambassador was under the influence of some force that is affecting my crew? I contacted the planet to update them on the situation, and their reaction was disinterested. Aloof, in short, utterly uncaring. I can't understand it. They stare into the very face of obliteration, and they do nothing. Whatever. Jackass. New build, upgrade. Okay, so really what we need to do is we need to knock these 3 rigs plus the new build, 2 new builds in one big go. But this one was the one of interest here because theoretically, if we can probably put in a bigger power supply if we can. We're going to find out in a minute here. We'll put in that 1,100 water power supply. Or the 1,000 water. Yeah, it fits. And then what we want to check... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now... we don't have any RAM that fits that, but I think we have 2 sticks that we can put in here. Let's just take this guy out for a minute. We took out 8 gigs at 4133. Yeah, look at that. We could put in all 4 of these, technically. Bet your ass we're going to. Because why not? Let's max this bitch out. So it's got all different sticks of memory in it, but they're all the same rating and speed, and I think they're all yeah, they're all G skills. They're just different shells as far as I'm concerned. Do I have a hard drive in there? Yeah, there's a mechanical drive. This is going to be interesting. We should get a... There's already $787 worth of parts in this beast. So, yeah. And we should be able to jack the performance up about 50% better performance. At least 50% on the GPU tuner. So we're going to want to do that. The only thing that's going to make it slow is the fact that it's a mechanical drive, which personally I am okay with. All right. What's wrong with you? No RAM. Run it. All right. So what's his budget? $200. We actually have a used one. Does he care about used parts? I'm trying to get rid of that one for a while now. Wait. Whose is this? Strict C. Who's Strict C? It doesn't say he doesn't care about used parts. What we'll do is we will save beforehand and see what happens, because we've been holding on to this stick of memory for a long time. No freaking joke. We've been holding on to it forever. So my theory is the sooner I can get rid of it, the better. Now, we don't know about anything else being wrong with this, so we're going to have to do some other diagnostics here. But if he doesn't make a stink about that used stick, I won't either. We'll do the other normal things that we usually do to these rigs. We can get that sorted out. This doesn't boot up at all. So let's check this guy. Is it power supply? I think so. So RM850. RM850. 140. What was his budget? Because there may be more wrong with this, but maybe not. All right. Run a virus scan. Riddled with prawn. Clear. Run. So how are we doing here? So far, so good. Worth $24.61. Sorry, my nipples just got really hard, and I was like, oh, okay. Just kidding. That's a shit ton of money. We probably bought this rig for about $500. We threw in about another $200 worth of RAM plus another $100 used video card. So by the time we're done, we spent about $900 on this thing. We're gonna get $24.61 out of it. Oh my god. And it finally lets us get rid of one of our old golden cards we've been holding on to for quite a while. So this is going on the bay immediately. That thing's a beast. And then I'm going to return this computer right away. We're going to make a save beforehand. But I will, when this actually finishes its thingy, we will finish it out. Now, one person wants gray cabling. Who was it? Colin Crane, wasn't it? Yes. Yes. So he's having a problem. And we're not sure what it is. So we need to find gray. Thought we had plastic. Dark gray, plain black, ribbon braided light, plain light gray. So it's under loose plastic. It says we own it, so should have it. Oh, loose plastic, plain light gray. Right? Plastic light gray. Okay. So this guy is done. Let's see. Will this boot? Yes, it will. No CPU found. G4500, okay. Now I'm unplugging everything so we can plug in the cables with the correct color this jackass wants. Okay, I don't see anything else plugged in. Alright. Now what was the processor? G4500. Boom. There could be more wrong with it, but we won't know until we diagnose this much of it and kind of get it sorted here. But we'll get this done probably by the end of today. We'll make sure that we get it done anyway. We know that's at least the power supply. Let's clean this out. Now, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I'm going to save before I turn in that other mission. I want to get kind of the laborious stuff that's just time waste here kind of done, which is like cleaning this out. Alright, looks good. Okay, let's make a save. Saving is your friend. We want a good save, too, because we got back our street cred. Okay, yeah, he did not care. So that's even better. So, perfect. But these dudes do care, so... And he wants Corsair, which I think was the drive anyway. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we've got these semi-diagnosed. Let's go ahead and move you over here. Let's take a look. So now we got the upgrade. It was a cold and windy day, as if the Mother Nature herself was giving the whole city the finger. Scowling, I took a sip from my glass as I stared out a window. I hated whiskey. That's when she walked in, a tall blonde in a thick wool coat. She'd been crying right away. I knew it was going to be a hell of a day. Film noir. The private eyes. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. She said her name was Sam, and she was a pro gamer. The dark folds of her overcoat concealed a mechanical keyboard, so I knew she was legit. She handed over a black box, a gaming rig, and told me she wanted upgrades. I asked her why she would come to me, a regular private detective, just for an upgrade job. Didn't make sense. That was when she got so close I could smell her perfume. She was with some powerful people, and she was scared, she said. She knew too much, and her PC was a target, but she still wanted it to be upgraded. It had to be the best. She might have been beautiful on the outside, but in her heart, she was just another burned-out gamer chasing raw performance at any cost. I grimaced as I drained my glass. Why did I keep drinking this stuff? To this day, I'll never know exactly why I agreed to do the job. Maybe it was her doe-eyed look of desperation. Maybe it was the whiskey going to my head. Maybe it was the final warning letter from my bank burning a hole in my desk drawer. At the time, it seemed like a simple enough job. Just upgrade the rig with a second GPU, and we should be able to hit a benchmark of 11,000. Piece of cake. Of course, nothing is ever as easy as it seems. Steve Shovel PI. Good lord, shut the fuck up. Okay, so this guy wants dual cards, and he needs that performance. 1070 Ti gaming 8 gig. What's his power supply? 650 watt. So what is a 1070 8 gig going for is what we need to know. At $700 too. Okay, none of them are at $700. So this tells me actually a lot. It tells us that he needs a better power supply if we're going to meet this. 1070 Ti 8 gig. 1070 Ti 8. Okay, it's this guy here. Ooh. What can we really do about that? We can't get a better power supply and add that, I don't think. It could just be the dual card. It says level 23, though. We accept this. We will... Debating in my head, is it better to not buy this and buy like a Founders and overclock it? I don't know. Well, that's 640, so that's not really the answer either. Let's just throw the regular in there. See, what's weird is that the performance is the same, but we know the Founders will get better wattage performance, but we can't buy two, so that's out of the question. So we'll just go with what's already in there. And then we'll benchmark it higher. We'll creep it up and see if we can get to where it needs to be. That's all I can think of. Are we available for a new build? Can you build a PC for me? I already ordered my copy of F1 2017 minimum specs. Can't wait, and I have to have it by tomorrow, too. I know used parts are cheaper, but I'm a total ADATA fanboy. All right. 2250. So really quick, because we got two builds, we're going to make room for both of those builds. We're just going to shove that right there for the moment. We accept, because that shouldn't be a problem to do. Lots of love, Rose. I don't know anyone named Rose who would play Formula 1. Lies! All right, F1 2017. F1 2017. Minimum specs. All right, let's get to shopping. Okay, so the i5 6600K. Part ranking. I want to go Intel if I can, because we'll get the better RAM speed. i5 6600K. Well, we don't necessarily have to. We have $2,250, so the money is good. So let's just bump it to the i5 7500. We've worked with that before. So yeah, we'll do that. Boom. Minus 180. Cooling. I don't remember there being a specific request for that. She just wants a dater. A dater. So cooling, $10. Motherboard. Minus 175. Now we go to memory. We want to go with 3800 ADATA. Ooh. Okay. So we're going to have to go pretty high here, against my better judgment. But it'll get her what she wants. So 280. Boom. Boom. Minus 280. So there's her ADATA. Video cards at GTX 980. We'll worry about that in a minute. Storage. ADATA. Just because we went more expensive on the RAM, I believe our best interest would be here. Minus 130. That's really all the ADATA we got to worry about. Power supply. Go with the 750 watt. We're not dual carding this thing, so no point in bothering with that. So that's minus 100. Okay, and a case. Usual suspect, minus 50. So, we have $1,325 to spend. And I believe we have everything. So, graphics. We need a GTX 980. So, GTX 980. And we're looking at 4 gigs minimum. Well, we can buy 2 Goldens, so why not? That's less than $1,000, and we have $1,325 to spend. So I don't see the reason why we don't. The only negative that I'm worried about is the power supply, but we have 750, so we should be fine. So ploop, ploop, and we still have $325 left to go, but. Minus 495, minus 495. So 335. Now, if we look at our storage again, we've spent 130. So if we add that 130 back in, we want to go. Whoops, we want to go with A data because we have 465, and the fastest, biggest one here is this guy right here. So let's go with this at 1950. Boom, that leaves us with only $65 left for that build. Whoa. And we do have at least stuff to fix, start working on those other ones. Okay, good. Build me a PC worthy of mortal. So I need a new piece. Oh, God. This is going to be a nasty one. I can already tell by looking at it. Our budget is $1,750. We need to know that right out the gate here. We need a new PC. PC could definitely hit 3300 megahertz. Can you overclock it for me? My friend has the same GPU. He said it hit 1418. Can you get it done in 11 days? I know you use parts. Have you heard of Ryzen Tech? They're meant to be pretty good. Let's take a look at... I think Ryzen Tech really just makes certain things. Yeah, they really just make this stuff. And they make cases. Alright, well, we can probably do something here. I'm sure. We just need to be careful with what we buy from them because not everything fits everything. This guy's probably the best candidate. It's $83. It fits all the formats. It's got good airflow. It's 136 millimeters, so it's very small. Whereas this is 68, but it covers a weird format. So for $13 more, we can get something pretty decent. There's nothing else in there. Okay. So let's grab this guy. So let's minus 83 from here. It's a weird number, but whatever. And tower. We may as well buy the tower from them as well. 160. And I know the other one's like a mini, isn't it? It's like a micro, or yeah, it's a micro tower. Okay, so let's just go. I'd rather be safe than sorry. We're not going for full-blown performance. We're going for specific performance. So we should just get really what this dude wants. Minus 140 there. Okay, so processors is going to be big. 3300 or higher is going to be one of these Skylakes, right? Yeah. Well, Skylakes kind of blow for upgradability. So we're going to go, I believe we can go higher. Let's go to 3400. AM4. He's not complaining about anything specific. He doesn't say he doesn't mention that he wants Intel or some specific brand other than Ryzen Tech, which we got everything for. So I would say our best bet is to go Intel if we can. Kaby Lake. 170 versus 150. You know, we'll do this. Or what was the 3300 again? They're Skylakes. God, Skylake is awful. And he doesn't even care if it's dual core or not. It's not referenced here. You know what? No, I don't want to buy Skylake though. I think the Kaby Lake would take it. That motherboard. let's add that in there. Let's just add it in there for the moment. So boom, minus 155. Let's look at motherboards really quick. These motherboards are garbage. I don't want to do it. I don't want to put that in there. It's just that bad. So 3300. We'll go to 3400, and we'll do, well, 3400, and this is a 4-core, so we'll do this guy. Boom, minus 140. Got the cooling, motherboard, AM4 slot. And we'll go with the usual suspect. Boom, minus 165. Puts us at 1067. We're just going to go with 3600. And we'll just go with one stick of 8 gig for now. Or I can go with one. I think they're all 8 gig. Yeah, they're all 8 gig. So we're just going to go with one stick of 8 gig. Boom. Minus 120. Because it's 947. Now the gigahertz are megahertz is 1418. So let's take a look here. 1417. 1431. Okay, so it's a $450 card. We have a shitty one in our inventory. We'd put a new one in there. Because there isn't anything core, right? I believe it's core frequency. That is that, and the memory's frequency's over that anyway. So 1431 versus 1418. Boom. Minus 405. Puts us at 542. So storage. Boom. Minus 400. We have 142. Let's go with a 750 watt because we know that the case is kind of a funky size. Boom. Alright, so that should cover it because we've got our case in there and everything else. So, sweet. Accept. Okay, so all of that is done. All the buying is done. Let's go ahead and have it delivered today. Let's put that up. And that up. And then, who was the one? Odd C is the one with the odd build. And then you, sir, are over here. Really quickly, power supply. He had the... Whoops. Yeah, this guy. And we're going to find out if there's anything else that's wrong with his rig. Alright, well that's going. Let's do this Ryzen Tech monstrosity first, shall we? This jackass who needs everything to be specific. Let's be specific! Get out of there. I'm gonna put this stupid thing on. Motherboard. Okay. That. The weird ass graphics card. Yeah, so see, we just bought everything. We didn't have to overclock jack squat. But he'll think it's overclocked because he's a tool. I mean, he's an idiot. He's both, so as far as I'm concerned. Um, what am I missing? Didn't math wrong, did I? I mean, if that's fine if I did, but I must have done the math wrong somewhere. Let's boot it up. We'll figure it out in a minute. Maybe I put in the wrong motherboard. But I don't think so. It meets everything that he wants, so I'm sold on that already. Right, he's pretty much good to go. He just needs to be his thing needs to be tested. And we need to get his RAM. I'll clock his RAM for him. Least I can do. Oh, it was on. What the fuck? No prawn. Prawn free and proud. So this guy is done. Let's get this build going. Hence why I'm doing the builds versus that repair job, because the repair job could take a little longer, or we might need to buy other parts. So it makes more sense to just get these builds going, because they're the most, straightforward. Storage. Oh, I didn't put back the other memory. I think that's what's going on here. We'll find out in a moment, but I believe that's what went down. Looks good. Set the RAM. So this guy is pretty much good to go. He's got his goofy Ryzen tech in there. And you should be done as well, so let's make sure. Yep. Yeah, man. Take this outside. And power down. You need that. Oh, jeez, this is gonna be done before I even get away from it. All right. Must have been the one at the bottom. Checking for viruses and everything else. So this guy's pretty much done too. All right. So theoretically, we'll knock these two guys out unless there's something comes up. He wanted something specific, did he? Oh, he wanted the gray cable. Oh, gray cabling is all in there because we had it set to that anyway. good, run it. All right. Well, if these 4 rigs done, which these 2 guys will be done, and then these 2 guys will be done. So all that's left that's incoming is the upgrade computer, which we don't really know enough about. And we ended up with an extra storage unit because I didn't fix that. But we spent $130 on it, so we'll just know that it's $130 that could be put towards another rig. So it's not a real big concern to me. It's an easy mistake. It happens. We're good to go. Yeah, we can even change that, you know. Jeez, crow. All right. We're just waiting for this rig to finish out. It's a piece of crap. The hardest rig in here to work on is just a big old heap. Who would have thunk it? Alright, we'll get it out of here. Get it out of my shop. Power down. Let's send her off. We'll make a save before we turn in this monstrosity of hardware. Alright, so we'll collect. He's happy. We get some 8 gigs of RAM. Another happy customer. Another happy customer. And of course, another happy customer. More RAM. And looks like liquid cooling video cards. Sweet. So we're still waiting on this to come in. We're waiting for, or we got to get to level 25 before we could probably even do that. So, all right, it looks like everything is set for the next day. Upon the next day, we're getting a good video card. Getting a nice processor. Another good, decent video card. A liquid cool video card. So we just don't have a motherboard. So we might want to buy a motherboard and maybe build a rig and think about building a rig. We'll see what 1060s we got, and amongst other things. But if we have another 1060, which I don't think we do, but we've got 2 1080s here of the 8 gig variety. Somehow I bought that on. Oh no, that's coming for the next rig coming in. But we could probably combine these 2 guys with a rig. So we'll look at this i7 7700 when it gets here, and probably have another rig to build. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JackDartStudios. Subscribe to that as well. Or just follow, just join us. We play great simulation games, JRPG games, and more. I once in a while pull out a first-person shooter. I'm not gun shy about playing anything, pretty much. And whatnot. And our other shows, we have the Chairman of the Board tabletop show on that channel, where we play Gloomhaven once a month, once every 3 weeks even. And then we play a whole bunch of other tabletop board games that you may have never even seen before. And some of them I'm sure you have. And we also have the Hobo Headcrab blind plays, where he blind plays through games that he missed out on. Right now we're doing the JRPG run for him. And we'll throw some other games that he missed out on that aren't necessarily JRPGs at some point. And it's a lot of fun. You don't want to miss out on that. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by, and we'll see you guys next time.